Welcome back everyone. In this lecture we are going to discuss about nutrition in plants. So the process of making food in the form of glucose using light is called as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is basically a phenomenon with the help of some raw materials plant is synthesizing its food. Okay, this process is known as photosynthesis. Then the reaction is given here, the reaction of photosynthesis. So the raw materials for the photosynthesis are CO2, it is carbon dioxide, H2O water, sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, so here difference is given with of photosynthesis, which is light reaction and dark reaction. Dark reaction means absence of light and light reaction means in the presence of light. Okay, so first we can see occurrence in the presence of light can occur in the absence of light. So photosynthesis can also occur in dark. We have studied it occurs in light, but it can also occur in dark. Okay, so second we can see it take place in thylakoid membrane. If it is in light, then it will occur in thylakoid membrane. Okay, and if it is in dark, it takes place in stroma region, okay, of the plant. Third, we can see light energy breaks water into, this is water, okay, it is compound, so this is water, it will break water into CH plus OH minus, photolysis. Okay, this is known as photolysis. And here we can see it will H plus ions from light reaction along with CO2 and some enzymes from glucose. Okay, we can see here. Then fourth is OH minus ions produce H2O and O2. The OH ions, this minus sign we can term as ions. OH ions produce hydro H2O and oxygen. Okay, and here we can see light energy gets converted into chemical energy finally. So finally the light energy converted into chemical energy. Fifth one we can see it is H plus ions will perform dark reaction. CO2 produces glucose. Here CO2 produces glucose and here H plus ion will perform dark reaction. Okay, and here ATP and NADPH are produced. Okay, so basically ATP is adenosine triphosphate and NADPH is nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide hydrogen phosphate. Okay, then moving on we can see respiration means exchange of gases. So respiration, we know we respire, and there are two terms like breathing and respiring. Okay, we will learn. So basically respiration means exchange of gases. At cellular levels, respiration means the burning of food for generating energy needed for other life processes. Okay, we have already discussed what are life processes. So at cellular level, the respiration means the burning of food, means digesting, it is known as burning of food for generating energy. Main purpose is energy, because energy is very essential component of our life. We need energy for any small purpose also. So the burning of food for generating energy needed for other life processes, this we can term as respiration. Okay, so cellular respiration may take place in the presence of absence of oxygen. So cellular respiration can take place both in absence and presence of oxygen. Okay, so here formula is given: glucose plus oxygen gives energy plus carbon dioxide plus water plus ATP. ATP is a form of energy which we have already discussed in 9th class. This gets stored in, you have to comment. Okay, comment, give your answers in comment where this ATP is stored. Okay, then seeing the differentiation between breathing and respiration. Okay, so first, in the breathing involves in inhalation and exhalation of air. The process of which we inhale, take in air, and exhale means breathe out air, this is known as breathing. And respiration involves exchange of gases and oxidation of food. In the process of respiration, the air which we take in is used for oxidation of food and various purposes. Okay, second is it uses energy. Breathing requires energy and respiration, it releases energy. For breathing we need energy, and with the help of respiration we produce energy. Okay, Then third one is occurs outside the cell, extracellular process. Okay, breathing is a extracellular process, and the respiration is intracellular process, means occurs inside the cell, and this is outside the cell. Okay, then moving on, we can see respiration in humans. So respiration in humans, basically it involves breathing, exchange of gases, and cellular respiration. Okay, cellular respiration, we know it is outside the cell, we have already discussed. Okay, then next point is involves inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide. As we all know that for human beings oxygen is very essential, so we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. The next is gaseous exchange take place in the lungs, and the oxygen is supplied to all cells. So cells also need oxygen. We have already discussed in ninth class, the first chapter of biology. So cell oxygen is very essential for cells and means every part of body. So next is cellular respiration takes place in each and every cell. Okay, then respiration system. This system involves nose, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, windpipe, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. Okay, so lungs have a pair of bronchs and alveoli. If there is a diagram, I'll show you. Okay, there's no diagram. So lungs have a pair of bronchioles and alveoli. Okay, rib cage. We all know it is a type of cage formed with the bones. So rib cage encloses the lungs and diaphragm. Diaphragm, we know, or some of you didn't know. I'll explain. It is a kind of thin sheet which separates our heart and lungs from other parts of like liver and stomach, other parts. Okay, it is known as diaphragm. So alveoli in lungs provide large surfaces area for exchange of gases. Like villi are present in the small intestine, like that only alveoli are presented in lungs to provide large surface area for exchange of gases. Then comes the physiology of respirations. Okay, inhalation and exhalation are controlled by intercostal muscles. This is very important muscle. Okay, the intercostal muscles which are attached to diaphragm and ribs. Then inhalation, some parts are dome, rib, and volume of lungs increase. In inhalation, dome shaped diaphragm contracts and flattens. Okay, ribs cage expands and volume of lungs increase. As we all know, when we inhale and take in gases, our lungs become big, and these are common some phenomena. Okay, and in exhalation, diaphragm relaxes and chest cavity contracts, rib cage contracts, and volume of lungs decreases. Okay, the concentration of oxygen increases in the alveoli. This is important point. You can mark it as star. Okay, then cellular respiration. It is a set of metabolic reactions occurring inside the cells to convert biochemical energy into the chemical compound called adenosine triphosphate. We have already discussed it is ATP. Okay, metabolism. It refers to a set of chemical reactions carried out for maintaining the living state of the cells of an organism. So basically, metabolism, it refers to a set of chemical reactions. Metabolism can be termed as a set of chemical reactions carried out for maintaining the living state of the cells of a living being or organism. Okay, this is divided into two parts. It is catabolism and anabolism. So basically, catabolism, breaking down of molecules to obtain energy. Okay, here energy is missing. Okay, so catabolism is a breaking down of molecules to obtain energy, and anabolism is synthesizing compounds required. Okay, here you can see this. Then we can see a hence respiration is a catabolic process. Large molecules are broken down into smaller ones. Glycolysis, carbs cycle and electron transport chain are important processes of the cellular respiration. So this flowchart, with the help of this flowchart, we can understand this process very easily. Okay, this is a type of glucose or energy. We can see this is carb cycle, moving O2, we are getting ATP is released, water, CO2 is released, and this is ATP. Okay, it is energy. So aerobic respiration, basically aerobic respiration we can see here is glucose in converted into energy in the presence of oxygen. So aerobic, from the term aerobic we can understand in presence of air. With the term we can understand it is in the term in the presence of air. Okay, so the glucose is converted into energy in the presence of oxygen. Here we can write, air will not be the correct word, we can use oxygen. Okay, glucose, here formula is given, glucose plus oxygen gives us CO2 plus water plus energy. Okay, for example we can take place in animals, plants and other living organisms. This is a basic, means aerobic respiration is very basic fundamental work or activity. So respiration in other animals, lower animals, lungs, alveoli, etc. Lack means lower animals like that lizards, frogs. Some frogs have, but some other like fishes, they lack lungs and alveoli. Means lack means they don't have or they are very less. Okay, animals like earthworm, examples are given. Earthworm take in gases through their skin. Fishes have gills, insects have tracheal system. Frogs breathe through skin when in water and lungs on when on land, because frog is a special kind which you have to comment answer in the comment box, in which category do we put frogs. Okay, then here we can see respiration in muscles. It can be aerobic, it is written it can be anaerobic when there is not enough oxygen. So we have already discussed what is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is the respiration or producing of energy. Glucose is converted into energy in the presence of oxygen. Okay, and it can be anaerobic when there is not enough oxygen. Okay, so when there is not enough oxygen, it is known as the anaerobic respiration. So here formula is given, glucose is breaking down to CO2 and lactic acid. Sometimes you have feel that when we are running very fast or doing very hard activities, we feel pain in our muscles. So that pain is because of the increasing of lactic acid, okay, which is released due to the anaerobic respiration. Then lactic acid makes muscles sore. This sore means we are feeling pain and all. It is known as lactic acid fermentation. Okay, then ATP, adenosine triphosphate, energy currency of the cell. Why it is written as energy currency? Because the energy, the whatever form of energy which is produced in our body is stored in mitochondria, which we have already discussed in 9th class. Mitochondria is like some structure like this, and ATP is stored in it. Okay, it has 3 phosphate bonds. When these bonds are broken, a large amount of energy is released. Okay, the energy produced is used for other metabolic reactions. So for metabolic reactions this energy is used. Okay, Respiration in plants. No special structure of for gaseous exchange. Means in plants there is no special structure for exchange of gases. Like in humans being there are lungs, alveoli, trachea and many other parts. But in plants there is no means special structures. Then they have stomata and lenticels for the exchange of gases. Respiration rate in plants is very low. Means in humans we breathe very fast, but in plants they breathe very low or respire. They do not breathe, they respire. They respire in a very low rate. Then transpiration. Transpiration is a very common phenomenon. We all have learned from smaller classes also. Basically, transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant is called as transpiration. Okay, so basically transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial means from the pores parts of the plant. The kidney shaped cells called stomata are present on the leaf surface. Means we can, like, if this is a leaf, okay, small pores at the bottom of the leaf we can see. At the bottom of the leaf there are small pores like structure, kidney beans like structure. These are known as stomata. It helps in transportation of water from the roots to the upper parts of the plants. Okay, have you ever imagined the water which is sucked by the roots, how it travels up to the up and reaches the leaves? It is because of a phenomenon called transpiration pull. Okay, how many have you known this? You have to comment box, answer in comment box. How many of you knew this phenomenon, transpiration pull? It also helps plant to get rid of excess water. So excess water is also not good for plants. Their leaves will get destroyed. Okay, so in the process of transpiration, the plants also get rid of excess water. Then respiration in other animals. In amoeba, exchange of gases takes place through the body surface. Amoeba is a different case, is a very special case in which exchange of gases take place through body surface. In earthworms, amphibians, annelids, exchange of gases take place through their moist skin. In some amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals, exchange of gases take place through lungs. In humans also it is lungs. This is known as pulmonary respiration. In insects, small holes are called spiracles, leads to the tracheal network. Okay, so all these are some example which you can go through. Okay, then we come to circulatory system consists of. So basically circulatory system, what is it? So circulatory system, it is basically means all the connection, all the system through which the blood circulates through our body. Okay, it consists of blood and lymph, blood vessels which are arteries, veins and capillaries, and heart, the pumping organ. Okay, so heart, so means blood made up of elements and plasma, 55% plasma and 45% other elements like hemoglobin, WBCs, RBCs, etc. So the elements which we have, I already told, these are RBCs, WBCs and platelets. RBCs are contain hemoglobin which carries oxygen and other nutrients also. Okay, and WBCs produce antibodies which provide immunity. If any that infection or any disease occurs in our body, WBCs help us to fight against it. Okay, and then comes the platelets, help in blood clotting and coagulation of blood. Okay, so platelets help us to clot the blood. If there is any cut on our body, it will help us to clot it and stop the blood to escape our body. Okay, then plasma is 90% water and 10% proteins like globulins, fibrinogen, glucose, enzymes, hormones, etc. Okay, so differentiation between veins and arteries is given by, we can read it, carry oxygenated blood from heart to different part of the body except pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery is a different case. So basically arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to other parts of the body, but the pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood, and in the same way pulmonary vein carries the oxygenated blood, and all other veins carry the deoxygenated blood. Okay, then secondly we have rigid walls. Arteries have rigid walls and veins have thinner walls. Okay, here it is not oxygenated, it is unoxygenated. Then blood flows under pressure through an artery, but blood flows through vein in much calmer way. Okay, so in arteries blood flow under very high pressure. Okay, then lumen of arteries is narrow and in veins it is wider. In arteries there are no valves and in veins there are valves. Then here is a diagram of heart. This diagram of heart is very necessary, you have to learn it, because in boards and in small school exams also it is mainly asked. It is means repeatedly asked question to draw the diagram and label it properly. This is aorta, this is superior vena cava, these are some outgrowth, means some smaller veins, pulmonary vein, this thing. Okay, and these are 4 chambers of heart. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this you have to learn. Gaseous exchange take place between blood and cells at capillaries. So basically we can see here, this is a vein and this is the artery. Okay, so they are not directly connected, they are means small outgrowths will be grown from here and here also, and they will join each other forming like deltas, which you have already seen. So these small are known as capillaries. Okay, and then we can see here the converting of heart is a double membranous layer called as pericardium. Okay, the covering of heart, the heart which is it is covered, it is double membranous layer. Okay, it is located near the chest cavity slightly towards the left in the thoracic region. It is mainly pumping organ, which we have already discussed. It is the pumping organ and it is means situated in a little left. Okay, it has 4 chambers involving in the transportation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Upper 2 chambers are called atrium, here M is also there, atrium, and the lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Atrium means receiving blood, and ventricles means from which the blood goes out or releasing. Then this is for today, and from blood pressure we will continue tomorrow. So thank you.